Hey guys, it's Debbie with Driftwood Shine. Today, we're just gonna make a really quick, cute little sign using a Dollar Tree piece of wood. Just comes in their pack of, I think you get 6 in the pack. And we're gonna be using the Dollar Tree stencil, the Live, Laugh, Love. You know, we don't see that much anymore, so we're gonna use it today. I'm painting the wood piece celery. I love the color celery on this. It's so pretty, and it's Waverly chalk paint, guys. Waverly chalk paint that comes from Walmart. And I have heard that some Walmarts don't carry Waverly anymore. I'm not sure, but ours still does. I'm just painting all sides. We're not going to do anything with this little sign right now, but I will be doing something with it in just a little bit over on my Instagram channel. So if y'all have Instagram, make sure you go over there and watch so you can see what we do with this sign. It's going to be really cute. We're just going to get it painted. Our celery. Love this color. Has everybody had a really good day? It's been a pretty day here in South Georgia. Pretty day. Okay, I'm painting the edges too, guys, because what I have in mind for it, you will see the edges. So we're painting the edges of this little bitty, it's a thin, thin, thin edge, but we are going to paint it because you'll see it. And I'm not going to put more than one coat on here of the paint because it doesn't have to be real vivid. You just want to make sure you have all the areas covered. Okay, now let's dry that real quick. Won't take but a minute because I put a thin coat. My ice machine's making ice. Good. And I'll tell you something too about these little thin pieces of wood, guys. If you do wet them too much, like you try to paint like a thick coat and you get it real wet, these little thin boards from Dollar Tree will warp. So just be careful about that. And again, I'm just keeping my dryer moving because it will, the paint will bubble up if you let it get too hot and keep it in one place for too long, so you don't want to do that. Hey, Miss Diane. I actually can read that. Can you believe it? I can't. I normally cannot read those comments at all. Okay. Now we've got that done. This is going to be a really simple, quick little project. Now I'm just centering, this is Live, Laugh, Love, and I'm just kind of centering it on my board the best I can. And we're going to use a little bitty spouncer. Came from Walmart. This one did. And we're going to use Candid Coral by Ceramicoat. I believe I got that from Hobby Lobby. And then Daybreak, it's a folk art color from Walmart. And Seashell Pink, folk art color from Walmart. And I know them colors, you're thinking, wow, that don't go. But look, all I did was dip the edge of my brush in that paint. See? But you want to make sure you have most of it off. And then you want to hold down right where you're spouncing at. Because if you don't, guys, it'll go all up under it. Your stencil will move and you'll have a problem. Now I'm just going back. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going back in this paint that I kind of dabbed off to get, and I don't want a solid, like I don't want all the lines solidly filled in. Now, if you did, all you have to do is do this little spouncing thing over and over and over again. But you only want to do small coats, guys. If you do large coats, you're going to have a mess. A mess. I'm just going, see, I'm going back in now and filling in a little bit. I don't, like I said, I don't want mine all filled in, so I'm just doing it lightly because I want it to have kind of a not finished look, I guess. I'm going to see how I'm holding my finger there, and I just walked my fingers down because these little stencils will move. They will move. And all I do is dab it off. And you know, I didn't even look real good to see if I even had it straight. I hope I have it straight on here. But that's okay. Hey, your craft is yours, and you can't really mess it up. Because when it's paint, all you got to do is paint over and start again. You know, if something don't quite go the way you want it. So don't worry. Don't worry about all that. And y'all, please share these videos out. And if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button and the bell. Click the bell so that you can be notified when we go live again. And I know lives are different over here. They've told lives are different over there. And I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I just hope y'all enjoy what we do. We love it. I love crafting. I love cooking. We're going to do it all. Okay, now I'm not doing my arrow. If when you get one, you'll see it has an arrow on it. I'm not doing my arrow right now because I've got a different little plan for the arrow. Now I'm doing love. Just be careful that you don't, you know, these little words are kind of close together, so be careful that you don't go into your other word. Like I almost went into my arrow, even though I just said I didn't want to do my arrow. But I'm just bouncing it off, bouncing it on. That's all we're doing. Okay, now. Okay, now I'm going to just bounce this up here till I get most of it gone. Because we're just going to use this same bouncer and go into our yellow. And then all I'm going to do is bounce a little bit in the bottom part of my words. Not really in the top. Just in the bottom part. And I'm not bouncing real hard because then you want to still be able to see the coral kind of through the yellow. Now I'm going to go ahead and get me a little bit more on here, like on the edge, and I'm going to do my arrow. And be very careful to not hopefully get it into the top part of my love. Okay. Now let's go back over our love, the bottom part. This one's not quite as yellow. Let's just go back up there and do that a little bit more because it had a little bit of that orange still in it. That's okay. Same right there. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, again, kind of bounce out this color. And that's just so I ain't changing. Listen, if you have a lot of these little ones, then you don't have to do this. I don't have a lot of the little ones. I have some other sizes, but not of these little ones. So now I'm going into my pink. And we're just going to, I mean, like literally hit the bottom, the very bottom of your letters. Not all the way over your yellow. And it's okay if you do, guys. It's okay if you do get over your yellow. But we just want a little bit of pink in there. Now, I'm going to take my bouncer while I've got this pink, and I'm going over my arrow just a tiny bit over that yellow in that arrow. Tiny bit. Okay, now let's see what we look like. And then I've got to take a little paintbrush and just pick it straight up. Oh, I love it. I love it. Look at that. Live, laugh, love. And we just did us an ombre effect. And then I've got to take a little paintbrush and go back in like where I don't have, you know how the stencils have those little places where they join the letters. We want to fix that. So I'm going to just take my coral color and I'm going to go into, just dab in this coral. And see where I need to fix just my coral right now. Everywhere it's just the coral color. See, I can go ahead and kind of fix it. So it's not separated. And see, we're taking just a simple little sign, little bitty sign, and we're just going to make something really cute out of it so that we can use it in another project. Guys, sometimes, you know, we make things so that we can use them again. Okay, now let me get, let's see. I'm going to put a little bit of coral right there. I'm not going to get any more coral on my paintbrush. I'm just going to fill in with this coral down here at the bottom of these letters so that then I can go over it with the yellow and the pink. So it makes it look like the rest of the letters. And I'll hold it up so you can see it. I said I wasn't going to get any more, but I had to. My paintbrush was getting dry. Just make sure you don't stick your fingers in the wet paint. Because it is wet right now. Let's see, whoops, one more. About forgot that spot. I'm going to tell you, these little stencils, the way they do them, you can almost mess up. You can almost mess up. I think we got it. Everywhere looks joined. So we join those together. Then we're going to take the same paintbrush now and go in our yellow. And all I'm going to do is dab up and down. I'm not painting like a paintbrush. Just dabbing up and down. That didn't get much yellow on it, so I'm going to stick a little bit of yellow on that because it didn't get much. Now this, you might have to keep going back into your paint to keep it, you know, wet. See, I'm just dabbing. I'm not painting like with a paintbrush. Just dabbing. Get our little yellow in there. See, now we've got our yellow. Then we're going to go right into the pink, right into our pink. And we're just going to dab a tiny bit over that yellow. And make sure that you, see, like with this one, that V, I had to kind of dab over where I'd already done in order for it to look like it was going together. Hope that makes sense. The reason you don't want to paint like a paintbrush, guys, because we've went over it with wet paint and wet paint and wet paint. And if you painted like a paintbrush, for one thing, it'd be solid, but for another thing, it's going to pull up that other paint. So you have to allow for that. Well, I forgot to put a yellow right there, but it's okay. I think that's good, guys. Live, laugh, love. Like I said, they don't use that anymore. Now we're going to take a little chip brush. And when you get these chip brushes, guys, just a little hint. Go ahead. I've learned this from hard times. Go ahead and kind of pull like this to kind of get your loose bristles out. Okay, we've got our Live, Laugh, Love. Now I've got Waverly Antique Wax right here in my tray. I'm just getting just a little bit on there. And we're just going to kind of scuff the edges a little bit. That's all we're wanting to do. Just to make it have that little bit of antique-y look. Because our sign that we're going to put it on later has kind of a, well, I'm hoping when we get through with it, it's going to have kind of an antique look. And I'm just putting, I'm telling you, just a very little bit of it. See it? Very little bit. And all you have to do is kind of drag your brush just a little at a 45-degree angle to get that look. Ooh, that's way too much paint there. Way too much paint there. Then I went in some of the yellow, but that's okay. But see how I'm just doing it at about a 45-degree angle. And with this chip brush and the bristles being all kind of different levels, then it just makes the prettiest little chippy look. And I'm just keeping on going right back in that dark that I got out the first time and just dabbed right there. See how it's looking? I love it. Love it, love it. We're almost through. Just a little bit more on that side. Okay, guys. That's all we want for right now. Live, laugh, love, and it's kind of just chippy on the sides, okay? Whoops. Don't drop it. That's it for right now. Remember to watch a little later on Instagram, and we're going to pull this thing all together, and I think y'all like it. All right? Love you guys.